So, I hope everybody's having a really good league so far. Didn't have too much playtime actually. I was gone for almost a week. Had the opportunity to visit Sweden, which was kind of cool. It was for a wedding. So kind of back from that. And also have a different character now. I've already started that one before. I went actually, since League goal is more about experimenting, learning about SSF and progression and stuff. So we are a how's it called? Juggernaut, right? Let's say here. Yeah, a Juggernaut now. Still Bone Shatter, and I did reuse some of the gear, like the 6th link, which isn't all that great actually in Juggernaut, right? Because it doesn't, right, it's on armor evasion based. That's really not what you want, but I mean, I have it for now. I still do have really basic gear. Also on the Slayer already did find, or did manage to find the Tanu Ahi gloves. So that was like a really cool thing that kind of triggered me. Okay, let's try that other Bone Shatter thing. And that one, honestly, I mean, it's not as cool as Slayer, but there's a lot of like synergies that fall really nicely into each other, especially with the Ascendancy, right? This accuracy is so much easier. It's less of a pain. You have like your stun solved, your freeze solved. That is kind of cool. You can actually use these gloves here. You have like your defenses and regen, right? It's not like this no regeneration kind of thing, which is cool. So I just went ahead. I also made this axe, by the way. That one turned out really good. It has like tier 1 percent fizz and tier 1 attack speed on it. I made that with an essence, I believe. It should say essence. Doesn't it then say of the essence? But I'm pretty sure I did that with a essence of zeal or something. I forgot. I believe I did. Why does it not say essence? I'm really confused. However, I made it somehow. And I'm pretty sure it was essence. But yeah, other than that, I still have very basic gear actually. I managed to find an exalt, so I could actually finally craft this on the helmet. As you can see, there's like a lot of issues still with the build that are not solved. I'm at like 3k life, which should be more like 4k, but I'm missing life a lot. And in terms of defense, like standing there, obviously I do have a bunch of armor, could be better with another chest, lots of resistance. The chaos resistance is still too low, so that's kind of the issue. Like chaos resistance is too low, and life is too low right now because there are not enough life rolls on my gear, and I'm missing a few passives still. And spell suppression. Like I just don't have any spell suppression yet. That would be like kind of the next step. And other than that, obviously I have my crafts because I farmed them at the very beginning of the league, and like a ring like this. Like it's not a great ring. It's still the basic ones. I basically started with like the very first craft you go into, like when you go into maps and you do a little bit of white maps, you do a tiny bit of crafting so you can safely, since I'm still trying to get better at hardcore, safely go into yellow maps. That works really well. I just don't believe this one is kind of crap. But yeah, it exists. This one isn't that great either. So yeah, I think the boots are kind of okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, they also don't have life again. So yeah, and also this chest is kind of horrible, but it's a 6 link. I think the only somewhat acceptable thing is probably the helmet. That's kind of okay. So yeah, didn't roll flask either, but let's just have a look at the maps. I'm basically essentially, in terms of, because I really want to learn hardcore progression as well, it means I can very safely run lower tier, mid tier yellow maps, even though league mechanics can get a bit rippy. And that's mainly because I'm here and I didn't take enough care of my character. I think I didn't die much. I died like 7 times. And 2 times of that I didn't expect to die. Like 4 to 5 times I was kind of aware I can die here. So I could have avoided that in hardcore. One was a disconnect, and one time I died to these purple blossoms, you know, that just like explode you and just kill you. I just didn't pay attention, so just like mistake, fair death. And one time I actually died to essence, I believe, and I didn't expect it. I was like, okay, I think I can do that, and no, I could not. But yeah, other than that, it's a really kind of speedy character, especially if you hit some stuff and your gloves proc. It's almost a bit too fast for me, honestly. It's like, especially with Leap Slam. Like this, for example, is probably a very easy essence, even on a like tier 10. which I typically wouldn't do. Like I wouldn't run tier 10s on actual hardcore right now, I feel like. Because it's just, ooh, I'm not gonna loot now. It's just a little bit too risky, I would say. I could definitely die to league mechanics here. We can try a few, you can just hop around here a bit so you get a feel for the build. Obviously, if you're in softcore, it's not a big deal, right? It's not like I'm dying often, but you could take more risks there. But if you want to get better at the game, then what happened to this guy? He just died, okay. Like for example, Expedition here. This can get really, really rippy, like extra chaos damage. I probably don't want to take that if I want to get better. Extra chaos, again, can't be evaded, is fine. Chilling and freezing doesn't matter. And immune to physical damage is also kind of an issue. So let's not do that. So it's not going to be a big expedition. It's Gwenin anyway. But just to give you like an idea. Obviously, we also get at some point into the space where we can actually kill ourselves with like hitting closer to 30, like 20 something stacks, 26 stacks I've seen. So yeah, kind of fair enough, good enough, considering I didn't really craft gear yet. That would be the next step, and I'm not entirely sure if I want to do that step right now. Because there's no challenging craft in there, it would just be using what I have. And yeah, that's basically it. But that's like how the character looks and feels, right? It's a bone shedder. It's pretty comfy. It's very satisfying, honestly. So yeah, not entirely sure if I will go that way. I mean, in terms of crafting, because I did a lot of farming, right? I do have a lot of this life force stuff. I do have a ton of essence. I also got a bunch of the really cool ones. I rerolled those. I had a lot of these Hysteria. And now I have these. They might be interesting for different builds, I feel like. And also in terms of, like, I did a bunch of league mechanics as well. Not too much yet, but a little bit in there. And I got one of the cool tattoos. So that one might be interesting for a build. Other than that, in terms of, like, notable stuff, obviously I have a lot of bases now, since those mostly SSF. Wasn't supposed to be here. So I can easily craft. But I do have this one. That one is like an interesting fracture, I feel like. So it's only item level 75, so it might be bad, kind of. Didn't check it yet, but it's definitely a cool starting thing. And I do have this 6 link here. Like, the stats right now don't really matter, and that's at least 81. So I kind of have like a bow situation going. So maybe we're gonna go like with a bow build at some point. I do have some other, like this one is kind of cool as well. Into like a Templar or something. Can do something with that. Do have some other like more interesting bases. I'm not gonna show right now, but in terms of uniques, like what's available, since I still didn't really trade, right? In terms of like using the conflicts leaked for trading, I did a lot of crafting service for other people actually, just for free, right? So that's like an interesting, it's a funny interaction actually, and I can highly recommend it so far. There's always chatter going on. But here, like I have the self-chill thing by now. I do have some poison-related stuff, like here as well. So there might be something with poison. In terms of minions, I got like the Baron. That might be interesting. Also like Vixens. That might be kind of cool, right? I also got this one, but they nerfed it. That was for the league mechanic. I was kind of happy, but they nerfed it. But yeah, I have like these, how's it called? Or the Curse skill. Impending Doom, I think. Is it called Impending Doom? Who knows? You know, the one that needs Vixens. And I didn't check, but doesn't it also need this? Isn't it also kind of cool for that? So I might have like a combination here. I got like a +2 socketed fire gems here, but I don't know if I can do anything with that. And some more basic, somewhat interesting uniques. In that sense, I also have a bunch more of 6 and 5 links. And yeah, some bases around. I also have a 6-link bow, but that one is like, I mean, it's at least 77 item level, but it's like on a really bad base, isn't it? Isn't Assassin's Bow kind of bad? I don't know. Maybe I find some kind of opportunity to use that. But yeah, I don't know. Like next step with that build would be obviously making this also 6 sockets so I can have Berserk. No, I'm not using Berserk yet. But yeah, would be to actually do like a big crafting session or actually start crafting proper rings, like get my Chaos Rest up, get Life up, and somehow get a good chest. So that would be like a good armor base. Would probably settle with a 5 link. And you can just do it on the crafting bench, right? So I have a bunch of these orbs here. You can just crafting bench it, or use the June people, right, to get your quality up, something like that. So like a 5 link is super easy. I'm not entirely sure if I'm in the mood of doing a crafting session right now to improve this character, or if I'm gonna have a look at a different character based on what I found already. And one of the candidates there would be a minion build, because I never progressed a minion build. I never actually played a minion build, not as far as I can remember. And I've heard, people told me, that using Templar and the new Guardian, it has like a really overpowered minion now. So I kind of want to try that before it goes away, because that one is definitely gonna get nerfed next league, right? So it's kind of an opportunity to try that. But yeah, kind of back from holidays. That's like kind of so far the journey with this Juggernaut dude here, and that one went pretty well actually. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Cool. Yeah. Bye.